Before I begin, I've got a warning for fans and dealers of Hyundai's new upscale brand Genesis. What I'm about to show you is going to make you really, really mad. This is the 2020 Hyundai Palisade, and in top flight limited spec seen here, it's as convincing a luxury crossover as you'll find from Acura, Infiniti, Lexus, Cadillac, or GMC for a lot less money. Let's hop in and I'll show you why. So while you Genesis fans don't have a single luxury crossover in your showrooms to crow about, there's one headed right next door to your Hyundai dealer at about $45,000 for this limited trim, and it's palatial. I've got quilted, heated, and cooled Napa leather seats, a fully digital gauge cluster with some neat blind spot camera tech, plus a really well done 10.3-inch infotainment system with standard Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and 2-source Bluetooth. There's even a suede headliner with dual moonroofs, tons of soft touch plastics, nice stitching, and well-damped controls. Plus, it's genuinely quiet in here, and the ride quality is excellent. Thing is, while Hyundai's got an enviable history of bringing luxury features down to affordable price points, they haven't always nailed the interior aesthetics of a premium car. In limited trim, this Palisade has that nailed no problem. In fact, it could wear a Genesis badge. Just as importantly, whether you pony up for this high-end limited model or you're looking at one of the Palisade's lesser trims that start at just $31,500, this Hyundai still nails all the reasons why you're looking at a 3-row SUV in the first place. You and your modern family need elbow room. You need the latest safety gear, you need tons of cargo space, and you need more USB ports and cup holders than a commercial airliner. Okay, so the push-button shifter is gimmicky, and the center console's deployable cup holders are literally too clever by half, but other than that, this cabin rocks. The Palisade is powered by a 3.8-liter V6 backed by an 8-speed automatic. There's nothing particularly cutting edge about this powertrain, but that's okay. With 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, it's got enough power and smoothness to reliably get the job done. Plus, the stop-start function is unobtrusive enough that I don't feel like mashing the defeat button every time I get inside. Handling is safe and predictable, and the Palisade really never feels like the big boat that it is, regardless of whether or not you're in sport mode. Hyundai says that this new chassis is 25% stiffer than the outgoing Santa Fe XL, and if anything, it feels like it could do with even more power. In fact, more power is something that I might want, especially if I lived at high altitudes or if I was regularly planning on towing 5,000 pounds, which is this vehicle's max tow rating. Having said that, fuel economy for a model of this size is actually pretty decent. You can get 19 miles per gallon city, 24 on the freeway, and 21 combined for all-wheel drive models like this one. Let's pull over and talk family. Kids these days, well, they've got it pretty good. Each of these 3 rows has its own climate control zone, and second row passengers have heated and cooled seats. When I was little, I was lucky if I got a vent and a seat belt. Plus, check out these clever phone pockets and smartly located USB ports. There's no rear seat infotainment offer, but that's just as well, because tablets are cheaper and easier to keep up to date. But there are other smart features, including an intercom system to talk to your kids in the way backs, and a quiet mode that mutes all of the rear speakers when your little snowflakes finally manage to fall asleep and you want to listen to the new Rogan podcast. There's even solid leg and headroom in the 3rd row, and the seat back mechanism couldn't be easier. About the only thing that's missing is a Wi-Fi hotspot. Look, I could tell you that for maximum space and flexibility that you're really probably better off buying a minivan. But I know you're not down with that. So it's important to remember that with most 3-row SUVs, that when you've got a butt in every seat, there's usually no room left for cargo. That's not a problem here in the Palisade. There's still 18 cubic feet behind the 3rd row, enough for a big 100-quart cooler or a week's worth of groceries. Use the optional power folding 3rd row and you've got over 45 cubes, and fold down the 2nd row and you've got over 86. Plus, check this out. Not only is there an auto open feature using the proximity key, the tailgate itself has 2 speeds for all you impatient people out there. That is the first time I've ever seen this feature. I mentioned safety earlier, and even base SE models come with forward collision avoidance with pedestrian detection and lane keep assist with haptic feedback wheel. Plus there's adaptive cruise control, trailer sway control, and a basic driver monitor, along with ultrasonic rear occupant alert and auto high beams. Blind spot assist, head-up display, 360-degree camera, and lane centering tech are all available too. The bottom line is that this Palisade does just about everything well, and that's true whether you're dealing with a low-end model or a loaded one like this $48,000 Limited. In fact, this vehicle's most controversial feature may be the way that it looks, and its appearance is really growing on me. Your move, Genesis. So, what do you think of this new Palisade? Would you rather have this, the Kia Telluride, or something like the new Ford Explorer or Toyota Highlander? Let us know in the comments, and while you're poking around, be sure to like and subscribe to Roadshow's YouTube channel, which is somewhere around here.